I was wondering your opinion on Green Day. What is your opinion on the hit band, one of the godfathers of pop punk, Green Day?
Not a big fan.
You got any takes?
They've released some good albums, some bad albums, and a lot of mid albums.
What is your opinion on the hit band Green Day?
No comment.
What is up, Chowder fam? It is time to get louder with Chowder once again. And today's video is the I've been teasing this for a while, but the long-awaited Green Day review. I am in the Green Day outfit. I've talked about doing this for months. I think I started hinting at doing this back when the Blink-182 review came out, November of last year. But we are here, we made it, and this is the review. I cannot be more excited to review one of the greatest bands ever, with hits like Boulevard of Broken Dreams, 21 Guns, Basket Case, Dominated Love Slave, Fuck Time, Junkies on a High. I love fucking, I love being dominated, and I love being high. I love doing Fent. I cannot stress to you enough just how much I love this band, and you want to know who else loves this band? Fucking GAWD. GAWD loves this band. Apparently, from what Green Day says, they are God's favorite band. You can see it with their fucking, their Spotify bio is literally just God's favorite band. And so today, we are going to ask, is God's favorite band really that good? They have to be good, right? It's God's favorite band. They have to be good. Well, that's something we'll find out by the end of this video. So without further ado, let's get right into the long-awaited and fourth installment of the band review series, the Green Day Review. One quick side note before we get started. There will be a playlist for what I think is Green Day's greatest hits, and a playlist for the exact opposite, aka their worst hits. I will also be ranking each album at the end of this video in a tier list, and I am including the album Shenanigans in this because I want to talk about it, and I think it's something that should be talked about when we get to that point. So let's get on with the first album. And remember, don't forget to subscribe. Cheddar here at the time of editing, as I don't have fucking hair, so I'm sure you can fucking tell that this is Cheddar from the future. But can someone please get an counter? I say a lot. Can we get an counter? Can someone count that shit for me? Because I want to know how many times I go, as I was editing this shit. I want to know how many times I went, Let's start with Green Day's first album out of 15, since we are considering Shenanigans for fun. Released all the way back in 1991. The album, and this is a handful to fucking say. Fucking mouthful. 1,039 smoothed out slappy hours. Fucking handful. I have not listened to a single song on this record, and honestly, going into this, I did not really have high hopes for this album to be good. This album opens up with the song At the Library. And to be honest, this song is pretty good. It's a pretty good opener, especially with the instrumental. This song is the opposite of a library due to it being full of life, pretty energetic, and fun. which is something I didn't think I'd say, especially this early on in this album and in their discography. After that, we are met with the song Don't Leave Me, and I Was There. And honestly, both of them seem to drag on for a bit long. One is only 2 minutes long, and the other is 3.5 minutes, but they seem to go on for a fucking while. They seem longer than listening to Master of Puppets by Metallica, or playing Master of Puppets in fucking Fortnite. Which fucking feels like a fucking eternity to fucking do. They're also both just hovering around mid, in my opinion. I don't really want to go song by song, but the next song is titled Disappearing Boy, opens with the line, "Now you see me, now you don't." And I literally cringed hearing that shit. Because why the fuck, now you see me, now you don't? You know, but that isn't it for the cringe. It'll get worse. However, this won't be the worst or anywhere. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading the script. Next, we get the song Green Day, and it opens with someone taking a fucking bong rip. A fucking bong rip. You gotta be fucking jerking my dick, bruh. And I just want to clarify that anyone who makes smoking pot like their entire personality, and they like post like a bunch of like shit on the internet, like pot leaves and shit like that, or just how much they love smoking weed, and they are like constantly like tell you about how there's zero side effects to smoking weed. You can go fuck yourself. You're more cringe than this song. The next song I want to talk about is 16. I really only want to talk about this song due to the drumming, which I think is super good. But besides the drums, the song is just basic and an absolute snooze fest. The next two songs are both fucking blow hot ass and are boring, generic, and annoying. Those two songs being Road and Road to Acceptance. Fuck, I'm having a fucking stroke. I feel like Joe Biden. And Rest. The first part of Road to Acceptance is, and I cannot stress this enough, annoying as hell. And Rest is so boring and uninteresting that it almost put my ass to sleep. Which is pretty fitting considering its boring ass name. A boring name for a boring song. Besides those, the rest of the album is pretty fucking boring and bland. It's just exactly what I expected. Besides 3 songs. Those being Dry Ice, Only a View, and Knowledge. Let's talk about the first 2 songs first. Dry Ice and Only a View. They are both actually not that bad. And I think the best songs on this entire record. But then there's Knowledge, which is fucking terrible and easily the worst song on this record, which is crazy because it's a cover song of an Operation Ivy song.
I know things are getting tougher when you can't get the top off the bottom of the barrel.
Green Day's cover of Knowledge is absolutely fucking tragic compared to how the original goes. And I honestly just don't get how they can fuck it up that bad. It was literally already performed and written for you, but they fucked it up. Mind-boggling, fucked it up. Absolutely tragic. But in all honesty, this album is pretty much what I expected. Boring, generic, and annoying with a few exceptions. The better songs on this record are At the Library, Dry Ice, and Only a View, with the worst songs being Road to Acceptance, Rest, and the bottom of the barrel of this album is their cover of Knowledge by Operation Ivy. Now let's talk about Green Day's second album, released in 1992. Before getting into the review of this album, I do want to say that if I see you wearing a Kerplunk shirt, I instantly think you're severely uncool, and just like people who wear generic Nirvana shirts. Because the most common Green Day shirt I see people wearing is a Kerplunk shirt. But sorry for that. I just need to get that out of the way. I've only heard a couple of songs off of this record, and they are both easily in Green Day's top 10 songs. Those being 2,000 Light Years Away and 80. Both absolute fucking bangers. Let's just get that out of the way. Absolute fucking bangers, dude. A few songs that were pretty good while listening was the original recording for Welcome to Paradise, and who wrote Holden Caulfield, Christy Road, and one for the Razorbacks. I do want to mention one thing about one of the songs, and that's the instrumental part during Christy Road at around 2:04, which is probably my favorite part on this entire album. However, with good times comes bad times, as Americans we know. And with this being a Green Day record, there are definitely some bad times. For starters, Dominated Love Slave is so fucking bad, it is absolutely embarrassing.
Want you to slap me and call me naughty. Put a belt sander against my...
And yes, I know it's supposed to be a joke song. You can get that out of the way, you know. I know it's supposed to be a joke song, but it shouldn't be this bad. It should not be this bad. At least Blink-182, you know, at least Blink-182 can write a decent joke song, and I enjoy some of them. Hell, Cheshire Cat is my favorite Blink album, and that song is like all basically potty humor. But this song is just pure fucking garbage. And then there is also the song Android, where there is someone is flushing a fucking toilet and taking in a shit. The song was genuinely good up until that point. But why? Why? It happens around 2 minutes and 6 seconds, and it easily ruined the entire fucking song for me. The song Words I Might Have Ate sounds like fucking nails on a goddamn chalkboard, and then everything else after that point also just sucks ass. Sorry, I started to get a little tense. This album is very hit or miss. Like I said, 80 and 2,000 Light Years Away are super fucking good. Super good. Oh my god, some of the only Green Day songs I still listen to this day. And then you also got stuff at the bottom of the barrel, like Words I Might Have Ate and Dominated Love Slave, and the toilet flushing sound effect that they added in Android. I was hoping this album wouldn't have sucked as much as it did, but it did. It's a Green Day album. Can't really expect much. Now we move on to Green Day's Dookie, released in 1994. I want to start by saying I used to really enjoy this album at one point, before I did something called growing up. And I am excited to see if my opinions have changed at all. Also, I want to clarify that the album art is fucking perfect. It's easily one of my favorite pieces of album art. I absolutely love it, and I do have Green Day's Dookie on vinyl. And when I bought it on vinyl, I was like in 9th grade. I bought it on vinyl at Walmart, and I haven't even unwrapped it yet. But I would just sit there and I would just look at like all of the fucking details and shit. Finding all the random shit that's going on the fucking album art is just insane to me. And I really love that. It's insane detail. This album contains Green Day staples such as Welcome to Paradise, the version that everybody is more familiar with, Basket Case, and When I Come Around, which are all honestly still great to this day, especially Welcome to Paradise, which is easily my favorite song on this entire record. Other really good songs on this album are She and Longview. However, I do want to clarify that I do not think there is a single bad song on this record besides the hidden, you know, it was called a hidden track back in the day. All by Myself, which absolutely fucking sucks. And without a shadow of a doubt, the lowest point on this record by a landslide. Still to this day, this album hits and is still fun to jam out to, and I can see why this was the album that shot Green Day into stardom. A very solid album. Next, we move on to their fourth album, Insomniac, which came out just 1 year later compared to Dookie in 1995. At the time of recording, I only knew 4 songs off of this record: Brain Stew, Geek Stink Breath, Jaded, and Walking Contradiction. Besides those 4, this album was entirely fresh. And let's start with the first song on this album, Armitage Shanks, and its vocals and the delivery of those vocals. It sounded like bro recorded his vocals fucking drunk. He is slurring his words, it sounds like mumbles, and it's hard to understand, which literally was me on stream about 2 months ago. The song Brat, its lyrics and the opening part is kind of cringe, you know, but and it kind of carries the same vocal delivery but a bit more understandable as Armitage Shanks. In all honesty, though, this album is in all honesty, this album isn't that bad. It's a pretty good follow-up to Dookie. I don't think there is necessarily one song on here that I really did not like. Songs on this that I do really like are Brain Stew, which is by far, and I cannot stress this enough, by far one of the easiest songs somebody can learn on fucking guitar. I highly recommend it for anybody starting guitar, as somebody who plays guitar. And then Walking Contradiction, Stink Breath, and Panic Song, with the lowest points on this album being the first 2 songs, Armitage Shanks and Brat. However, they aren't necessarily bad. They're just pretty mid. Like I said, this is about what I expected as a follow-up to Dookie, and honestly, nothing really that special. Now we move on to what I think is Green Day's magnum opus, their 5th record, Nimrod, released in 1997. I remember back in the day when I was a wee lad, aka a Green Day fan, I used to really love this album. I do want to let you know that there are some dogshit songs on here, but personally, I look past those because of how good the rest of the fucking album is compared to those. For this album, I'm going to split it into 2 parts as it has 18 songs. For the first half, a majority of it is honestly really good with a few low points, such as Grouch, which is overall just bad. And then the verse parts of Hitchin' a Ride, which is just really boring, and I could genuinely go without. And that's honestly about it for the low points for the first half of the album. However, for high points, I genuinely really loved re-listening to Uptight, Scattered, and Nice Guys Finished Last. It's crazy how these songs have stood the test of time for me. You know, I thought going back they would have been dog shit, you know, but I genuinely still loved those 3 songs. However, for the second half, it starts with one of the most dog shit songs, Last Ride In, which is just boring ass instrumental. I honestly don't get why they fucking wrote this and thought it would be good to put on the album. It is just a waste of my fucking time. Honestly, the second half of this album is mostly terrible songs, like Walking Alone, Last Ride In, King for a Day, which are definitely some of the worst songs in their discography so far. However, there are still some bangers on here, such as Reject, Prosthetic Head, and Jinx. Honestly, I really fuck with the good songs on this record. However, the bad songs on this album are super bad, like the movie. It's literally like you can't have one without the other. Even with the bad, I do still think that this is Green Day's best album. And something to take away is please do not give Green Day a fucking harmonica. Why? Who gave him that? Who gave him the harmonica? Next, we move on to the fantastic album that is Warning. And if anything, this is definitely a warning that they can make some fucking dog shit songs. This album came out in 2000 and is easily their worst album yet. However, I don't think this is their worst album in their discography. Prior to this review, I only knew 4 songs, which are Warning, the title track, Waiting, Minority, and Macy's Day Parade, which I do not remember how a single one went at the time of recording. This album is the first defining stain in Green Day's discography, in my opinion. And something that can tell you that this album fucking blows is you can just genuinely tell by the first 3 songs that there is no hope for this fucking album. Those songs being Warning, Blood, Sex, and Booze, and Church on Sunday. I can excuse Green Day for the first song. I can excuse Green Day for the songs on their first and second album sucking quite a bit due to them just finding themselves. But after you release 3 albums like Dookie, Insomniac, and Nimrod, like, this is actually sad as fuck to listen to. I have no fucking clue what was going on in their head while they were recording. It's just a genuine stinker. It's not even like it's so bad it's good. And they're like Weezer, you know? It's not like it's so bad it's good like some Weezer songs. I'm gonna save that for a bit later though. It just sucks and it's just super boring and it'll put your ass to sleep. I remember I was listening to it on stream, dude, and it was making me fucking yawn and it was just draining me. It was so fucking boring. However, there is a good song on this album, with that only good song being Waiting. And honestly, it's really surprising because this album is in my fucking top 10 Green Day songs. You know, and it just sucks because the rest of the songs surrounding it blow hot fucking ass. In conclusion, this album fucking sucks. The next album that is up on the chopping block is Green Day's album Shenanigans. And oh boy, let me tell you, I just love this album. I want to clarify that this album is a compilation album of previously unreleased songs, B-sides, and covers. The only reason I feel the need to talk about this album is because it fucking sucks and blows hot ass, worse than Warning. And I just want to point and laugh at Green Day for writing dog shit songs. Alright? So after listening to this album, you know, I can safely assure to you that this album is, you know, something special to say the least. Not special in a good way, let's say that. There's not really much to talk about for this album, as it is mostly just pure fucking slop and sewage, besides a few things. First I want to talk about is the opening part for Desensitized, due to the fact that there is some guy getting viciously attacked and screaming in fear for his fucking life. In the intro for it. Also, the song has lyrics that say, go ahead and kill yourself. And honestly, dude, listening to this album, I fucking might as well, dude. Listening to this album, I fucking might as well fucking kill myself. This fucking album sucks. This album's fucking terrible, dude. And that's not even the worst on the album. I never in a million years would have guessed that Green Day had a fart sound effect in one of their songs. In the song, and I don't even remember what fucking song it is. Oh my god, dude. I'll pull it up on screen. I'll show it on screen. Fucking... There's a fucking fart noise at about 30 seconds.
Like a dog.
And it's caught me off guard. It's a fucking fart noise. Why? Why did Green Day feel the need to put a fucking fart noise in a song? Oh my god. Safe to say, this album is also ass. But more ass than fucking Warning. Now we move on to what some people think is Green Day's magnum opus. Their studio record, American Idiot. You know, I'm in the outfit that Billy Joe Armstrong wore in the music video for the title track, American Idiot. Back when I was a wee lad, I will admit that I used to enjoy this record. But like I said, as some of us do, we grow up. And they come to the realization that some things we liked as a kid weren't really that good in the first place. My first complaint before even getting into these songs is the fact that these songs are fucking paired together. What a lovely and joyous decision by God's favorite band. Because it's just amazing when the first song is fucking dog shit and the second song is fucking amazing. And I am specifically referring to Extraordinary Girl and Letter Bomb. Why? Why did they feel the need to fucking pair these two songs? These songs suck! Letter Bomb, still to this day, is really fucking good. But re-listening to Extraordinary Girl, it's fucking ass. And it's boring. It's fucking ass. Honestly, the title track also is just kind of eh. I don't really care for it. I just think it's just kind of, you know, middle ground.
Well, maybe I'm the faggot American.
The song tries to be very political and honestly just comes off as annoying and boomerish, but also foreshadows that it gets worse and feels more, and they bring in more boomerish feeling political takes and more boomer political feel, you know, later on in their career. So this isn't, you know, it only gets worse from here. Another complaint is Jesus of Suburbia and Homecoming have no reason to be over 9 minutes long. Like, on fucking God, bruh. There's no need for them to be 9 minutes long. And they're not even good enough to be 9 minutes long. Fucking Holiday and Boulevard of Broken Dreams and Wake Me Up September Ends. Wake Me Up When September Ends are all just so annoying and overplayed. Like, they're just not that good. Especially Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Also, one thing I want to mention, I don't even have it in the fucking script here. If you're some motherfucker who posts on social media, like, oh, don't forget to wake up Billy Joe Armstrong when September is over. You're fucking cringe, bro. You're fucking cringe. I don't want to be around you if you're one of those motherfuckers who post that shit. And that's not even the worst. To the motherfuckers out there who get offended by the fact that people post that because Billy Joe Armstrong, the song's about Billy Joe Armstrong's dad dying. You guys need to respect the fact that his dad is dead. Billy Joe Armstrong has contributed to the fucking memes. Why? Why do you feel the need to defend that low-hanging fucking fruit that is Billy Joe Armstrong? Oh my god. I need to calm the fuck down. Honestly, this album sucks, and personally, I don't think there is one good song on this album besides Letter Bomb. But however, I do want to talk about one of the deluxe songs, as it is easily accessible on Spotify, which is Too Much Too Soon, which is an absolute banger, and easily in my top 3 Green Day songs. This song fucking slaps, and I'm upset that this is a deluxe song when it could have easily replaced something like What's Her Name, Are We the Waiting, and Give Me Novocaine. Or even fucking pairing it with goddamn Letter Bomb, not Extraordinary Girl. So I don't have to fucking skip around the fucking album. I get both good songs back to back. That would have made this album, that would have been, maybe the album would be a little bit better if I could just get both good songs back to back. But no, fucking Letter Bomb is paired with Extraordinary Girl, and Too Much Too Soon is a fucking deluxe song. Honestly, going back to this album sucks. Besides Letter Bomb and the deluxe song Too Much Too Soon. Next up on the chopping block is the album 21st Century Breakdown, released in 2009. Remember when I said that there were more boomerish sounding political songs? Yeah, there's more on here also. I haven't listened to this album in its entirety, but I have heard about half of it back in 8th grade, when I was a Green Day fan. The first lyric in this entire fucking record, Billy Joe Armstrong says, and I quote, "Born into Nixon, I was raised in hell." Bro is dissing on the fucking GOAT! Bro is dissing on the fucking GOAT! Why? Why does Billy Joe Armstrong feel the fucking need to diss my God? You're dissing my God, bro. Richard Milhouse Nixon walked so Donald J. Trump could run. You know? I fucking hate Billy Joe Armstrong. Bro's really dissing on fucking Richard Milhouse Nixon. Fucking cringe, bro. And honestly, this is just another example of just why I hate Billy Joe Armstrong. Because he wants to try to dunk on Nixon, even though Nixon is leagues, and I mean leagues, cooler than Billy Joe Armstrong. That lyric was pulled from the first song on this record, aka the title track, called 21st Century Breakdown. This song is all focused on politics, and it's kind of cringe. Not gonna lie. And then the literal next song is titled Know Your Enemy. I'm sure you can guess what it is about. Green Day is really trying to be like Rage Against the Machine. And it shows so badly with this song. Green Day can never, and I mean Green Day can never, be as hype or as politically moving as Rage Against the Machine was back in their peak. Honestly, this album just tries to be American Idiot 2, and however, there's not one song on this album I find genuinely good. The title track is decent, the third song is also decent, and same with other songs like Static Age and Restless Heart Syndrome, but it is really just bland, bloated. It is really just bland, bloated, and the politics fucking suck. Don't get me wrong, I do like political songs. I am a fan of Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine, you know, I'm a pretty big fan, you know. I do like my political songs, but I can tell you that Green Day's attempts at making political songs are fucking bland and boring. I also really hate this album also. Next, we move on to Uno by Green Day, which is the third, which is one of the 3 different albums that were released in 2012, spanning roughly 3 to 4 months for the rollout of all 3 albums. This album's opener is honestly really fucking good and better than anything on 21st Century Breakdown. I am not even fucking lying. The song being Nuclear Family, which is a dope-ass song, and one of Green Day's better ones. Besides Nuclear Family, I really, for some odd reason, loved Stay the Night, and surprisingly, Let Yourself Go, and Oh Love. Stay the Night was honestly really fun to listen to, and it's super catchy, and surprisingly, I knew this song really well to this day, even though it's been over 6 years since this song has graced my ears. Genuinely thought this album would be ass, and I'm sure this is going to be a really hot take, but this album is much, and I mean much, better than 21st Century Breakdown, as I can get down to a few songs on here, and they aren't political, besides maybe Nuclear Family. Next, we move on to the absolute dumpster fire that is Dose, the second album released in 2012. And I only knew 2 songs off of this album right off the rip at the time of recording. And honestly, when I looked at some of these song titles, I knew this album was going to be a fucking doozy to listen to, with songs like Fuck Time and A Makeout Party, which I posted a short on my channel expressing my concerns about Fuck Time and Makeout Party. Here's the short right now.
Can someone please tell me why Green Day had to fucking make a song called Fuck Time with fucking lyrics like, oh baby, it's fuck time. You know I really want I really want to make you mine. Oh baby, it's fuck time. Take a look into my eyes. What the fuck? I want to choke you till you're blue in the face? What the fuck is this, Weezer? Like, the only other band that I've seen have cringe fucking lyrics like this is fucking Weezer, with the fucking song called Where's My Sex? And Green Day has this fucking song? Not to mention Makeout Party on the same album with lyrics like, kiss me there, oh scream and shout, truth or dare. What the fuck?
After listening to Fuck Time, I can safely say I never expected to hear a Green Day song where Billy Joe Armstrong keeps saying Fuck Time over and over and over again. It's so cringe and funny. Oh my god, dude. This song is like on par with like Where's My Sex by Weezer, and it's just fucking funny. And Makeout Party is just as bad, and it's just crazy, dude. Like, I would have expected Weezer to write shit like this. I'm not even fucking lying. These songs are so fucking bad and easily the bottom of the barrel for their fucking career. This album is honestly pretty ass, worse than Uno, but there are a couple of songs on this album that are good, with those being Lazy Bones and Stray Heart. I do want to talk about how good I think fucking Lazy Bones is, and it's sad that it's on this album out of any of them. I genuinely really love Lazy Bones, and one of the only Green Day songs I still listen to this very day. This album is ass, besides the godsend, the absolute godsend. That is Lazy Bones, and then Stray Heart is also good. So, this album also fucking sucks. Next, we move on to the third and final album released in 2012, that being Trey. And honestly, going into this, I thought this would have been the worst out of the 3. I only knew one song on this album prior to recording, and that being 99 Revolutions, which honestly, to this day, really isn't really all that bad, but also really isn't all that good. I thought it was honestly going to age really poorly, but it did not. It's still just really not that good compared to other songs, but it's really not that bad. However, the first song on this album also really isn't that bad, and is honestly better than 99 Revolutions. I ain't gonna lie, this song is actually really good, and the next two songs aren't really that bad. Also, those being Missing You and 8th Avenue Serenade. But after those three songs, it takes a giant fucking dip in quality. With Drama Queen, which Billy Joe Armstrong's vocals genuinely sound like fucking nails on a chalkboard. It's so bad. Honestly, this album is just mid, with like 5 songs like hovering above it, and then 2 stinkers, which are Drama Queen and Dirty Rotten Bastards. Personally, I think the best 2 songs on this album are The Forgotten and Brutal Love, with The Forgotten being the best song on this album, and I genuinely like this song, with it being in the top 5 songs for the 2012 Trio Green Day albums. Honestly surprised and taken aback that this album is better than Dose, and honestly surprised that this didn't have a stinker like Fuck Time or Makeout Party. I have been blessed to not have to deal with that again. Next, we move on to Green Day's 2016 album, Revolution Radio, with this being the album that came out after me becoming a Green Day fan. I personally don't think this album is going to be a showstopper, but as far as I can remember, this should be better than Dose, 21st Century Breakdown, and Warning at the very least. Honestly, the first 3 songs on this album are pretty fucking good and honestly hype, considering Green Day is as Dylan put it, a boring punk band. Those songs being Somewhere Now, Bang Bang, and Revolution Radio. Even with Revolution Radio and Bang Bang being political in nature, they are still good. And this is honestly how Green Day should have wrote the other ones, the other political songs that they've wrote over their career. And honestly, they're also not over the top, like fucking American Idiot, where Billy felt like he needed to say the F slur.
Well, maybe I'm the faggot American.
You know, I don't know why he felt the need to say the F slur in American Idiot, but he did, I guess. However, the next 2 songs on this record suck, those being Say Goodbye and Outlaws. Like a lot of Green Day's discography, they are just pretty boring. I do like the chorus for Outlaws though. The chorus is pretty good, but also still boring. However, it does come back with 2 absolute bangers back to back, those being Bouncing Off the Walls and Still Breathing. I'm glad that this album does have some bangers, because the other albums really made me want to bounce my fucking head off some fucking concrete after nosediving off a fucking building. Then we are met with more trash. You know, it's Green Day. You get some good, you get some bad. And those being Young Blood, and then the 2 closing tracks, Forever Now and Ordinary World. Between those tracks, between those 3 tracks, we are met with Too Dumb to Die and Troubled Times, which honestly just hover a little over mid and really aren't anything special, but they also really aren't that bad. Being able to go back to this album is honestly pretty awesome, and honestly, I'd say it's one of Green Day's better albums, which is crazy considering how late into Green Day's career this album came out. and personally is easily their best album post Nimrod. I might piss off some Green Day fans with that take, but you know, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give controversial takes. I'm here to give critical takes. And my critical take for this album is that it is Green Day's best album post Nimrod. Easily their best album post Nimrod. The best songs on this album are easily Bang Bang, Revolution Radio, and Still Breathing, which were all singles for this album, with the worst being Ordinary World, Say Goodbye, Forever Now, Youngblood, and Outlaws. But they aren't as bad as fucking Fuck Time or Makeout Party. God, I can't believe they wrote that shit. Why write Fuck Time or Makeout Party? Why? What went through their fucking heads to write that shit? I am not letting that go. As a wise man once said, father of all, more like father of balls, am I right, guys? Ha! That's what I'm saying, dude. Father of all, more like father of balls. I stole that joke from YouTuber Slow Hispanic. I don't know if he stole that joke from somebody else, but I really don't care, y'all. I don't care, y'all. The next album we move on to is Father of All, released in 2020. And I have not listened to a single song on this record, but from what I hear, this album is one of Green Day's worst that they've put out. So let's dive right into Father of Balls. And honestly, I could say, thank fucking God, this album is 26 minutes long, because this album is fucking ass. Why is like Billy putting on that stupid fucking voice in the fucking title track? It's so annoying and unnecessary, and it honestly reminds me of the Jonas Brothers. I do want to talk about the song Stab You in the Heart, because listening to this album makes me want to fucking stab myself repeatedly over and over and over and over and over again. I will give this song some credit due. I will give this song some credit where credit is due, because the guitar solo was pretty good. But that is literally the only good thing to come out of this album. The last song that is worth talking about is Junkies on a High, due to lyrics such as, "My pride is pornography, and my motto is Kool-Aid." What the fuck is bro talking about? What the fuck do you mean, Billy? What the fuck do you mean my pride is pornography and my motto is Kool-Aid? What the fuck is this shit? Billy is back with the cringe lyrics once again, and with one album left, I'm sure we will run into more cringy lyrics that will make me want to blow my scalp all over my fucking ceiling. This album is a absolute dumpster fire and a tragedy. Next, we move on to the final album so far by God's favorite band, the album Saviors. Released this year, all the way back in January. And I have not listened to a single song off this album, as I have saved this for the review. But I have taken a peek at some of the lyrics. And oh boy, let me tell you, there are some real fucking stinkers in here. Let's start with the first single and the first song on this album. The American Dream is killing me, which I'm sure you can guess where this song is going. This song is a political song, and it is fucking ass with fucking lyrics like TikTok and taxes and we're pedophiles for the American dream is killing me? What the fuck are you talking about, Billy? You're fucking rich. How the fuck is the American dream killing you, you stupid schmuck? You lived it. You lived it. You're rich and well off. You're living it. I also want to mention that the music video takes place during a zombie apocalypse, so I'm sure you get what they're hinting at. We need to wake up, sheeple! We need to wake up! The American dream is killing us! We need to wake up, sheeple! It's turning us into zombies! We who can't think for ourselves! We need to wake up! 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 The American dream is turning us into zombies! Literally how I fucking feel fucking listening to that stupid shit. Lame. It's the song is lame, and the song doesn't even sound good either. It's just fucking. It's mid as fuck. And then they also stole a guitar riff from none other than Pink. It is so fucking golden. Never in a million years do I think they would have copied anything from fucking Pink. I have not thought about Pink since I was like fucking like 10, dude. When fucking Pink songs would play on the fucking radio. Pink the artist. And it's just really fucking funny. The song is called One-Eyed Bastard, and it literally sounds the same as Pink's song So What? And it just couldn't be funnier. And it honestly also really shows that they ran out of ideas. Especially with the fact that the opening segment of Goodnight Adeline is literally just When I Come Around, but slowed down a bit and with different chords. Actually, fucking crazy that people were saying that this was going to be American Idiot 2. What an insane take.
2016, 2017, but better late than never. Are we looking at, with whatever you're doing next, an American Idiot Part 2?
And then, get this, and then Billy Joe Armstrong brings up fucking Instagram in a song called Susie Chapstick. Why, Billy? Why? You're 50! Why are you bringing up Instagram? Why? TikTok and Instagram? People really thought that this is going to be American Idiot fucking 2. But it's just fucking old heads trying to bring up shit and acting like they're fucking hip and cool. And while they also ran out of fucking ideas. This album is fucking sad. Oh my god. Green Day ran out of ideas. And on top of the songs that I've mentioned so far, they were all so fucking mid. This album does have a couple good songs, I will admit, those being 1981 and Father to a Son. Both pretty good songs, with Father to a Son being the best on the album. I do want to mention that Green Day fans have to be the most fucking brain dead, mindless idiots, bro. To be able to fucking hype this shit up, calling it American Idiot 2? This album is a dumpster fire, besides 2 songs. And that's basically how Green Day's been since 2009. Besides, like, Revolution Radio and, like, maybe Uno. And if you have to fucking copy a Pink song for your guitar riff, my only advice is to stop making music. It's my only advice. If you have to copy a fucking Pink song, you need to stop making music. Especially as a punk band. I personally hate Green Day. I'm sure you can tell. I'm sure you can tell this by now, but I personally hate Green Day. I think they suck and haven't really been good since '97. Besides a couple of songs here and there. During this review, my roommate Dylan said Green Day has got to be one of the most boring punk bands he's ever heard. And he couldn't be more fucking right. It's sad too, because Green Day's latest album compared to Blink's comeback album, you know, Tom DeLonge rejoined the band. Tom DeLonge left in like 2015 and came back in 2021. And Blink-182's comeback album and Green Day's Blink-182's album that they just put out and Green Day's album were released less than 6 months apart from each other. And Green Day's album does not even touch Blink's last record. I'm honestly sick and tired of the Green Day dick writers because Green Day actually fucking sucks. Green Day actually fucking sucks. Hell, there's Green Day fans out there who think they haven't even put out a bad album. Have you listened to Warning? Have you listened to Dose? Shenanigans? Father of Balls? It's funny, because in the song, The American Dream is Killing Me, Billy Joe implies with the music video that we are all just zombies who just aimlessly walk around trying to find our fix, with that fix being the American dream, which could be implied to their actual fucking fan base who just meat ride them and can't think for their fucking selves and just aimlessly think that Green Day can't put out a fucking bad song. Open your eyes, little bro! Open your eyes! Green Day sucks! Open your eyes! Please! Please! Green Day fans need to fucking open their eyes. But the day that Green Day fans open their eyes to the fact that Green Day has put out some dog shit is the day that fucking pigs fly. Fuck. With that little rant out of the way, let's get into the ranking portion of the albums that we've talked about today before the tangent gets any worse. And remember, in the description down below, I do have 2 playlists, one for Green Day's greatest hits and one for Green Day's worst hits, if you want to go and check those out. Let's get on with the tier list portion of the video. Let's get into the tier list portion of the Green Day video. Bruh. S tier. Oh, fuck. Yeah, Nimrod definitely deserves to be an S. Put that in S also right behind Nimrod. I'll put that in S also. That'll go in A. That'll go. I don't have an F tier. Can I add a tier below? F, that can go next. That's solid B. Trey deserves to be like here. Honestly. What if I move? Does that deserve to be an A? But like right behind that, honestly. That deserves to be an F. That deserves to. Let's make another Add a row below. Come down here. Change the color to let's put that let's move these all down to the fucking dog shit. Move that up to maybe like C. I'm gonna move this to probably like I'll move that to an A, honestly. That'll go to probably like a C tier. And that's it. That's the review. Okay, so here is the tier list portion of the video. All right, we have Nimrod at number 1. We have Dookie at number 2. We have Shenanigans at number 3. You know, I love Shenanigans. The fart sound effect was absolutely insane. And then we have Green Day's Uno. We have Green Day's album Dose. You know, with fucking absolute bangers like Fuck Time and Makeout Party. And then in the A tier, we have Revolution Radio and Kerplunk. Both have some banger songs on them. And then in the B tier, we have Insomniac. We have Green Day's Uno. And then we have Green Day's Trey. Then we have American Idiot in C. And we have their first album in C. And then we have the dog shit category, which is Father of... I should probably add another row. Oh, fuck. That's sorry, I had to add that in. In the fucking dog shit category, we have Green Day's album Warning, Saviors, and then 21st Century Breakdown. And then at the bottom of the fucking barrel, we have Green Day's album Father of All. Father of All? More like Father of Balls! Get it, guys? Get it, balls! Thank you guys for tuning in today, and to anybody who is still at this point in the video, thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you were fucking with this. If you were fucking with this, please subscribe. Where's the fucking... I fucking hate Green Day. I really fucking hate Green Day. The entire review was to mainly just shit on Green Day. I fucking hate Green Day.
I have no beef with Addison currently. Or Chowder, if he's more comfortable.
You had
with
fake
that.
beef that he turned into real beef.
Yeah, seriously.
Funny, but not funny. Haha. Funny. I'm gonna have a breakdown.